Hello YouTube, this is Jay Coder back with another stream, and today what I'm going to be going over is JavaScript and how you can use it and HTML. And if you like this kind of content, subscribe to the channel, like this video. Without further ado, let's get started. And so I'm going over a taste on how to use JavaScript and HTML. These tutorials are mostly about HTML, but we will go over how you can use other things such as CSS and JavaScript in HTML. And so right now I have a screen here with Visual Studio Code with a blank website, and I'm going to show you an example of how we can use JavaScript within our HTML file here. And I just wanted to explain really quick the difference between JavaScript, HTML, and CSS. And CSS is the styling, like the visuals of um, the web page, and I would consider HTML is more like the bones of the web page of how the web page will be structured, and CSS is more of how the page will display, like what colors it will have, what um, what kind of borders, what kind of margins it will have, what font it will have, and then the HTML is like the structure of the page of, you know, where the title is going to be, where the body of the page is going to be, um, and where the different links and things like that is going to be or will exist. And then the JavaScript is more like the brains of the actual web page. JavaScript allows things to be more dynamic, such as things can change on the page and or animate or display data on the page, or do different dynamic changes to the page. So JavaScript makes HTML pages more dynamic and interactive. So all right, I'm gonna go ahead and put some code here. So let's add a button to our HTML to where when the button is clicked, it will display the current date and time. So how you would do that is I would do a button tag here. Then it's going to be a type, and that type is going to be a button. And then I'm going to add an on click. So basically, when this button is clicked, this is what we do. We're going to do document. Now, this actual part in here is JavaScript. So document dot get element ID, and you see that a lot in JavaScript. If you see document dot get element ID, you should know that you well 100% of the time that's going to be JavaScript. And then we're going to get the ID named demo, and then we're going to change that ID in our HTML to the current date. And so this right here, date, is a built-in function in JavaScript that you can use, that you can simply say date in parentheses, which is a function in JavaScript or a method that goes ahead and gets the current date for us. And inside this button, I'm going to say click me to see the current date and time. All right, so you would click this button to see the current date and time, and let's go ahead and see that in action here. And so this is the web page, and this is the button that I just implemented. And then when you click this button, oh yeah, I forgot one thing. So, all right, so you see how I'm getting the element ID demo? So I never declared this ID yet. So I'm going to go ahead and do this now. And the ID element will be here. And it's going to be in a paragraph tag. And so, all right. So when you say enter HTML of the demo tag, it will search to see, hey, do we have a demo tag in this HTML? Yes, we do. We have a demo tag here. And then it says put the inner HTML in this inner HTML, put the date, and then it'll say, so where's the inner HTML in this demo? The inner HTML would be in between the starting and ending tag of the paragraph tag or any tag in general. This is the inner HTML of the ID demo. All right. So now let us go ahead and see what that does. And so right now it says this is the inner HTML of the ID demo. So when I click me to see the current date and time, boom, it actually inserts the current date and time within the inner HTML of the demo ID tag here. So that's the first taste of HTML in your, the first taste of JavaScript in your HTML application. And so the HTML script tag is used to define a client side script JavaScript. The script element either contains script statements or it points to an external script file through the source attribute. Common uses for JavaScript are image manipulation, form validation, and dynamic changes of content. To select an HTML element, JavaScript most often uses the document.getElementById method. This JavaScript example writes hello JavaScript into an HTML element with the ID demo. Now, so we when you use JavaScript, it is good practice to include it within the script tag. So let's go ahead and, well, a good place to put the script tag is after the body, actually. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put the script here. And inside the script, I'm going to put document dot get element by ID, which will be here. And this is going to get the demo ID, And this could be anything. So if I change it to anything like that, I will also have to change it here too in order for it to know which ID to choose. If, you know, that should make sense because it has to be accurately spelled the same, and it doesn't matter what it is named. And so we're going to set the inner HTML to hello JavaScript. Okay, so we have set the inner HTML to hello JavaScript, and let's see what that actually will do. And then it goes through, it loads up the HTML page. It sees that there's a script there that says to set the inner HTML of the demo ID to hello JavaScript. And then I still have my functionality for my button here to show the date and time once that is clicked, which overwrites the inner HTML. But when the page is first loaded, it will not execute that until the button is actually clicked. So when I refresh the page, it sees that, hey, when this script will play when the page is loaded. So it will do this first, and then after the page is loaded, this on click is listening for the when the button is clicked. So when the button is clicked, the button can be clicked anytime after the page is loaded. So once that is clicked, it will execute the command to set the current HTML to the current date and time, overriding what is already set in the inner HTML when the page is loaded. All right. So, all right. And so I want to show you guys another thing here in JavaScript. And so here are some examples of what JavaScript can do. So JavaScript can change content. So let's go ahead and um, let's go ahead and put that here. That that JavaScript can change content. And so what we have here is the hello JavaScript, which the original the original text that was in there was, this is the inner HTML of the ID demo. And when the page loaded, we did not see this. We saw this. Because since a page can load in a matter of seconds, this will only display for probably a split second. And then once the page is loaded, it reads this script down here and executes the script to change the text to hello JavaScript. So that's what it is meant by JavaScript can change content. And JavaScript can also change styles. So I'm going to put that here, a comment here that's saying that as well. So JavaScript can change styles, and basically what that means is I'll show you guys some examples of that. So, for instance, instead of setting the inner HTML, we can set the style. So let's do that real quick. Get element by document.get element ID, and then the ID we're gonna get is the demo, and then the style we're gonna get is we're gonna set the font size, and then the font size we're gonna make 25 pixels, and then let's do that again, but this time we're going to set the color of the text, which is access by color, and the color of the text is going to be blue, and the color of the text is going to be blue, and then finally we're going to set the background color to something here as well. And we're going to go ahead and set the background color to, so, it's going to be style dot background color, background, and as you can see, the background color is there. And then we're going to set this equal to red. Now, let's see what this does. And remember, this is all in our script tag, which is going to be JavaScript. And we're going to go ahead and test that out and see what that does here. So we're going to show you guys this. And so what I just did is I set the font to a bigger size, 25 pixels, and I set the color of the text to blue and the background of the tag to red. The tag being the demo tag. And I did that all in JavaScript. And so that's what it is meant by JavaScript can change styles. And thirdly, JavaScript can change attributes. So let me go ahead and show an example of that. So let me go ahead and put this here. Actually, JavaScript can change attributes. So what is it meant by change attributes? Well, for example, I can set an image. I can get an image here. So I do have an image that we can use that is inside my project called cake.png. So we have it here. So I'm gonna get by ID, and then I'm going to say image here, and then I'm going to say the source of the image, which is src, and that's going to equal my image that I have available in the project, which is here, the cake.png. So we're going to do cake.png for the image here. And so basically what we can do here is to set this image here, and then what we can do is let us see here. Script. And so let me go ahead and in our body, we're going to say up here, we're going to make an image, and the ID is going to be my, well, we said image, and the source, we're going to actually leave this blank, and then we're going to set the width to 100 and the height to 180. And then after we do that, we're going to save, and then we're going to open the web page. And so it has appeared. Our image has appeared here. And our JavaScript took care of loading what image we wanted to load within our image slot in our HTML. So, as we can see here, we made an image that will appear at this spot in the HTML. However, we didn't display which image will display, but we're basically making a placeholder of where the image is going to display by creating this HTML code here. Then, later on, inside the script code, we actually set the image, which is the tag with the ID image, to the cake.png. So this would be the code to set the JavaScript code to set the HTML element that's an image to the cake.png. So if we don't know, what will load, which picture will load at this point, you can set it in the JavaScript of which the JavaScript can control which image will load. And that could be based on certain conditions as well. And, all right. And that's what I meant by JavaScript can change attributes. And then there is a thing called the non-script tag. The HTML non-script tag defines alternate alternate content to be displayed to users that have disabled scripts in their browser or have a browser that doesn't support scripts. And you'll probably very rarely see this because pretty much all modern browsers do allow scripts. But if you want to handle this gracefully, you can say something like this. And you can say something like, sorry, your browser does not support JavaScript. And so it will display this instead of performing the actions of the scripts if if the if there's an error. But it's not going to show that because I my browser supports JavaScript, of course. But that's what I wanted to show you guys today. All right, and there's a taste of uh, JavaScript, the JavaScript tag, the no script tag, and using JavaScript inline inside a button as well. And all right, and so I hope you guys learned something today. And thanks so much for watching. And as always, stay coding and have a great day. Peace.